Day one, Alabama. I drove all night, about 3 something, so a couple hours here in the back of the truck, and ready to get going. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be a big cluster when I get up, whenever daylight comes. There are more trucks driving past me, and y'all saw in that video last week how close the turkey was to the road with Cade, and there's another road on the other side, and got that in my ear of you gotta kill one of them dudes, and so we're gonna try it. I may have bit my own tongue a little bit by saying I really hope they don't gobble much. I haven't heard a gobble. There's some out-hooting dudes out in this woods. There's too many people, too many roads. Not putting all my eggs in one basket, but I know that there's a couple longbeards here and stuff. And with all the road noise and road traffic, and this little cool snap, they haven't gobbled within earshot. Not my style, but I'll just hang around the area real slow. See if I can hear a clock. Here's some wing beats. Here's some strutting. Play it safe. Opening morning. Public land in the south. I was sitting here thinking, there's a lot of people, we want every new person to this sport. Much as I hate it whenever I pull up and you beat me, or you come busting through the woods, and right or wrong, I hate it. But the future of this sport needs new hunters. With that said, one word of advice: know that there are other people in the woods, and they can hear you, and they might not be just sitting there blowing a call or owl hooting and doing all that, letting everything know exactly where they are, but they know where you are. It really doesn't do you any good. I guess it could, maybe one day, but to blow your hoot flute, and then I guess this is a crow call. I don't know if it's a kazoo or a crow call. And then I know you might have just picked up that new diaphragm and learned last week. Make it sound like a turkey. I'm not a good turkey caller at all, but I have the right cadence. Use a slate, use a box, use a push pull. I got this guy out here in front of me, a few hundred yards, and he has walked from over there, over there, over there, and now it sounded like he was almost looping back towards me. I'm just letting him do his thing, but I just wish I could do it, because he does it real fast. If I get the camera on when he does it, I'll try, but he's fired up, motivated. And then I hear another guy right now on a diesel with pipes. I know everywhere he stopped for miles. But when you hit it right, it makes you keep doing it. It's about 8:30 now. I just couldn't handle it over there anymore, and so I crossed back over the road, which is on a ridge, so the same noises could have been coming from over here with all the people, but I didn't hear it. I know what's been going on over on my planned hunt, so we're gonna do something else. We're gonna pick around, and you can hunt till 1 o'clock here. I keep walking into some scratching, you know, nothing super fresh, but there's been a lot of rain this week, so but there's definitely some turkeys here. I'm just going to pick my way real slow. I've noticed that the vehicle numbers have slowed down. I did hear a guy at my truck's back up this way, and I heard a guy, he had to been at my truck, stop, owl hoot, and then pull out his long box. So I'm gonna keep falling off in this hole, get a couple ridges over. I worked it the best way that I know how. It's 12:32. I didn't hear a gobble. I did end up seeing a hen track, but I stuck with it. You got to quit hunting these management areas at 1, so I'm gonna drive out here and drive over to some national forest. So maybe I get a little afternoon hunt in and find something else. It's early season. Spent a lot of time and covered a lot of ground, and where I know there were 2 longbeards a week ago today and came up with nothing. I also know turkeys well enough to know I'm not going to exit out for tomorrow either, so I may be back. We'll see what I'm finding. Morning, boys, girls. Cade, since you're not here, day 2 of me trying to go find that turkey that you didn't close on, boy. Anyway, back in Alabama, had a great night's sleep again in the truck. I slept in the back in the camper shell last night, night before when I got here. I just slept in Cade's spot across the back, blew up his mattress, and I actually found yesterday afternoon, some turkeys. And feel like I could probably get on those turkeys, but I'm more hard-headed than I should be, so I'm going back in to hunt where I did yesterday. I got back to never heard a gobble, never saw a turkey. I saw 1 fresh hen track in this world, but unless they're poached, I know there's 2 gobblers right here, because Lord knows they didn't get killed yesterday. I usually pride myself in finding a turkey. Hunted way too slow yesterday. Hunting fast today. It's a great morning. Ain't heard a gobble. A long way from the truck. Somebody come pick me up. There's gonna be a road on top of this cutover, I'm sure. All my crying and moaning paid off. I just made 1 gobble. Here we go. That way. He's either on that ridge or... There we go. He's up the ridge. He's right behind this cutover. I'm scared. I need another gobble. I'm scared he's coming up to it. Ain't heard him in a while. He was going up the ridge away from me. It's the cutover he was behind. He was right on this point. This last he just went that way. Straight. You may be wondering why I'm not shooting. I'm going to pop up this gun camera. There's only 8 inches between my right shoulder and where this camera's placed. You can see that I cannot see the turkey at all. I didn't realize he was boogered a little bit until I watched the video. I kept hearing him strut. Hear me breathing hard? That's real. I know he's not on video, guys. I just... He gobbled on the other side of that point and he was going another way, but I guess he was coming down off of it, coming to me on the other side of this cutover. And, anyway, I better get on him. Let's go see what we got. Oh, there we got our first flop of the spring. Alabama. Well, I'll just carry you up there with me. His head's up. I better go. I told you I wasn't on him. Dang, I was in wide open. You know, supposedly in your turkey hunting, this is the ultimate reward in a lot of eyes. When you pull the trigger, when you get him in your hands, grab him by the head, pick him up by the feet, whatever your thing is. Take a picture of him, post him on social media, call all your buddies, text all your friends, do all that type of stuff that we all do. Do it with pride, but it's not the ultimate reward. Ultimate reward is this opportunity to get to be out here chasing these turkeys. Last night I listened to whippoorwills, camping, springtime, everything's coming back to life. These are pretty winterized woods, but spring's coming, spring's here. There's so many organizations that do a great job of helping, and there's some that do a good job of helping the turkey population. This last week, I kind of had my eyes opened a little bit. I think that a lot of stuff that we can do as hunters, as far as predator control and stuff that we have control of, we need to be doing more of that. We don't need to put our hunting regulations, the ability to chase these and spend time in the springtime woods, in other people's hands, because stuff gets moved around to help benefit different organizations. I won't get on that soapbox, but we need to continue to care for these animals, even though we hunt them, even though we shoot them. I've killed a lot of turkeys, and I'm very fortunate in a lot of ways. But I promise you, ain't nobody loves these birds more than I do. There's some that do, but absolutely loves the wild turkey. And I'm going to do everything I can to help protect my heritage as a hunter, my son's heritage, my son's ability to be able to chase them and bring his kids, whether that's through trapping and predator control, stuff that we do have ability to do. So, needless to say, but let's get on this. How about that? That's so cool, man. I hunted all day yesterday, didn't hear a gobble. I ain't heard a gobble. Let me pull up my phone. If I can find it here, I'll tell you how far I am from the truck right now. And keep in mind, there's more roads here than you can imagine, and I purposely just kind of avoided the roads and crossed a couple roads. But from my spot right here, I'm 1.06 miles from the truck. And this is some pretty cut up ground with lots of pine thickets and cutovers, as you saw, and steep drainages. But yesterday, I didn't hunt like I typically hunt. I'd been here last weekend with Cade, last Saturday, and we got really close to some turkeys, and there were so many people yesterday morning that came in, and it was like, I know these two turkeys, they were in this area a week ago, so I'm gonna hang in there with all these people. Maybe they're not gobbling, they're getting ran off the roads and they're getting bumped. At one point I was gonna make a mistake and gobble. That didn't play out, so this morning I started in the same spot, and nothing, but right there at daylight I went on a million-mile march and went on a walk. And one time I thought I heard this turkey. That's whenever I made it to the end of that cutover, and I called and he gobbled right here on this point. And the bad part is like I got to this low cutover. Well, there ain't a leaf on the trees hardly, and I can see the cutover good. So I had to make a decision to go right or left around it. There's an SMZ over there and an SMZ over there, streamside management zone, to where they hadn't cut the trees. And I was just kind of looking at it. I just made the decision real quick to come around this way. Well, whenever I did and got in this bottom, he gobbled back over the top of the hill. I really thought he was going the other way. And like I said, all he did, I think he came back down this hill to the bottom. In the meantime, I'm coming through here. I'd called to him a couple times on top of his cutover trying to make him gobble. Well, I think he was coming up here to check me out, and then he could hear me walking. And whenever I was sitting there, and he just gobbled on cue at 100, I don't know, it's probably 100, and it's so wide open. I hit the ground, had a little bitty knoll, got the belly crawl up to a tree, got a tree. Man, it was awesome. Came straight in. So it don't happen this way all the time, boys. But when it does, I could use another one of those. I listened to all this gravel popping. I know there was a road top that cut over. It's not shown on the map, but I can hear somebody up there now. That's where I was asking somebody to come pick me up.